Wow, what a beautiful brown. Welcome everyone, my name is Phil Rowley and I'd like to welcome you to my fly tying bench where I'm going to show you how I tie some of my favorite stillwater fly patterns to help you catch beautiful fish just like this one. The Holo Worm is one of my go-to chironomid larva or bloodworm patterns. It's slender, simple, and mobile, and trout love it. Here are the materials you'll need to tie this fly. Let's tie the Holo Worm. It's a great little bloodworm pattern. In the vise, I've placed a Mustad C49S curved scud pupa hook, and then I've slid on a 7/64 bead with the narrow end towards the hook eye so we can easily tie the fly on. And I use the 7/64 on number 10s. I'd use an 1/8 inch bead on number 8, 3/32 on size 12 or 14. You want to keep things nice and slender. We're going to get our tying thread started. We're going to use some red. This is 8/0 or 70 denier tying thread. Get that started. Trim and put a thin, flat thread base all the way down the hook. So you have good firm traction just past the squash down barb, and then quickly bring that tying thread back up to the hook eye. The tail consists of some dyed red marabou. So I'm just going to take a clump off the side, strip it away, even it up, stroke it together. And what I'm actually going to do to help reduce bulk is I'm just going to take my thumbnail, as best I can without breaking the feather, strip away the fibers. Just trim those even. What we want to do is make sure that the stripped portion only occupies the shank. So we can go a little bit further. And we're just going to come up, one loose wrap to encapsulate it, and then secure the stripped portion of the feather right down into the bend. You can see we've got a nice slender profile. And this is one of the few flies I actually pinch the tail to length. Typically on leeches I'm a big fan of just letting the natural taper of the feather work, but we want to make sure that we have a nice slender tail to the same lengths, and I still like a little bit of bushiness to it. So just a little tear just like that. And that's just to help suggest the wiggling natural larva. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our ribbing material, offer it up on the side of the hook, kind of pull it to length, and then secure that as best I can right up the side. Again, we're all trying to keep our body profile nice and slender. So let's just get that wire into the materials clip. Now we're going to take our body material and tie it in place. So the body material is just dyed red scud back or similar material, stretch flex. I'm going to trim it on an angle to ease the tie-in. So now we're going to tie in the body material by the point, get that wrapped in, secure it down the shank, and once you're confident you've got a good hold of it, give it a good stretch. You don't want to pull too early or you'll run the risk of popping it right out from underneath your thread and you just have to tie it in again. But you can see how I'm pulling on that, and again we'll secure that back, whoops, we'll secure that back out of the way. And now we're going to put the underbody on. And the underbody is red holographic mylar. Just lay that flat on top, secure it in with a couple of wraps, it's nice and flat. And then to help flatten our wraps, I just spin the bobbin counterclockwise when you view from the top. And that makes the thread unravel and lay nice and flat. Again, we're trying to get as slender a profile as we can. Now we're just going to wind the holographic mylar forward, close touching turns, one right next door to the other. And what we're doing with this red holographic is it just provides an inner glow. We're taking advantage of the natural translucency of that scud back body material. by putting a little luminous layer, if you will, of the holographic mylar. So we tie that off, and our underbody is complete. And you might argue this might make a great looking chironomid larva pattern right now just with the holographic mylar body, and it does. It works quite well doing a pattern similar to this on algae type lakes with all the suspended matter and debris, but I like to use this pattern in clear waters as well, so this is why one of the reasons we'll put that overbody, if you will, of the scud back to help knock it down and really give it a rich, deep blood red color to suggest the hemoglobin that bloodworms are renowned for. That helps them live in oxygen poor conditions along the bottom where they live, and obviously when water temperatures get up and the oxygen content decreases. So that's how they can generate hemoglobin and helps them survive in those environments. So now we've wound the body over, tied that off, and now all we need to do is take our ribbing material, and I'm just going to moisten my tail to keep it out of the way, and then we're just going to wind forward using open spiral wraps. Just get into our ribbing, and hear that tension on the ribbing come up, tie it off, sort of 2 to 3 wraps, one in front, and then placing my thumb on the tie-in point, I just wiggle, helicopter, or break the wire. That saves your scissors, and that little tag of thread disappears, sorry, that little tag of wire rather, disappears under the tying thread. And you're ready to go. And now all we have to do is again spin that bobbin counterclockwise, take out that thread twist that we put in with each wrap, and just build up a little red shoulder or thorax right behind the bead. All it remains to do now is to whip finish and provide a little coating to the fly for added durability and shine. So we're just going to build up a 3-turn whip finish, should be fine, 3 to 4. Disengage, trim off our thread. All it's left to do is to coat the body, and there's a myriad of body coatings out there today, but on most of my chironomid pupa and larva patterns I just like to use a simple application of brushable crazy glue. And then you just rotate that. This sets pretty quickly. You can just see that how it really helps light up that underbody. So there you go, the completed Holo Worm. Hope you can add that to your fly box. For more information on fly fishing, and in particular stillwater fly fishing, don't forget to visit my website at flycraftangling.com. Of course, you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching.